don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Okay, I've been giving you guys gems, I've been giving you guys information, I've been updating you guys. I've been giving you guys updates. Hello again and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be concluding the series on the student visa myth, and yeah, so I have a few things on the list that I want to talk about, and if there is more, maybe we might bring that up later on, but we are concluding this series today. It's just a two-part series. If you haven't seen the previous video, just go to my channel and then click on international students playlist. I already created a playlist for all things student visa. All right, let's get straight to it. Number one on the list today is paying your fees. Okay, there have been questions about the fees, where people say you have to pay your complete fees before coming to study. Well, that is not true. I think it's school specific, but many schools here allow you to arrive first before paying your fees, so you can come and be sure you like the school and all that before you pay your fees. Also, if there's a delay in your payment, that's fine. It won't stop you from getting your visa. You can come here, but you have to make sure you pay your fees before the end of the semester. Okay, so if you have a scholarship, you really don't have to worry about fees, but if you are paying out of pocket, you can come here before paying your fees. You don't have to pay your fees and then go with the receipts to the embassy. You don't need all that. You can pay your fees when you get here, but again, like I said, it's school specific, so you have to check with your school to know if they allow students to come first before paying fees. Since we're talking about money, to lead me to the next point, which is a very popular question: can a regular job pay your fees? So as an international student, you're only allowed to work 20 hours in a week. So let's assume that you earn $10 per hour. We're not going to calculate the tax here, so if you earn $10 per hour, that's 10 times 20, that's going to give you 200. So that's $200 in a week. In a month, we have 4 weeks in a month, so that's going to be $800. So in a semester, let's calculate 3 months for a semester. Should we calculate 3 months or 4 months? Let's calculate 3 months. So 800 times 3, that should be $2,400, and your fee might be around 6,000, 7,000 ish. So no. Okay, you're only allowed to work 20 hours and you're only allowed to work in school, so you should not go beyond that, so you don't get into trouble with immigration. So if your agent has been telling you that when you get here you will get a job and you use that to pay your fees, I don't know how it works in other countries, but in the US, if you are only working for 20 hours, I don't know how you're going to pay your fees with that amount of money. So please do not be deceived. Okay, like I said, there are alternatives to paying your fees. I've spoken about scholarships before, I've spoken about graduate assistantships. Like, just make sure, this is not to scare anybody, but it's just to help you so that you don't get stranded when you get here. Okay, you also have to make sure you're coming with your house rent, you're coming with feeding money. Make sure that at least you can sustain yourself for about 3 months before you get a job. This is me just trying to be realistic with you. You might not even get a job immediately you get here, so just try and be able to fend for yourself for at least a semester. Okay, I just want you to make adequate preparations before you come here, just to be on the safe side. Okay, and the next one on the list is people saying that you can't get into grad school with a 2-2 degree. That is a lie. Okay, you can. One thing is, you can choose to evaluate your transcript with foreign evaluators like WES, or you can send your results to the school. You can ask them if they have an in-house evaluator. That will actually save you money if you are, trying to cut costs. You can ask them if they have an in-house evaluator, and then they can evaluate your transcript for you. So some schools actually have in-house evaluators, and they can check that for you. So many schools have the specific criteria you have to meet. They have the specific grade point average that you have to meet. With a 2-2, there's a high chance that you'll be accepted, but there are levels to 2-2. Okay, if you are in the lower 2-2, then that might be a bit of an issue, because you might be given a conditional admission offer, and that might not sell at the embassy. So you need to actually get an unconditional offer of admission. So if you have a lower 2-2, like if your GPA is really low, like you barely got into 2-2, then you could send an email to the school and let them know what your results are, and discuss with them and see if there are alternatives. If maybe if you need to do a post grad or something, like if there's a way you can boost it, or because I wouldn't suggest, they might want to offer you a conditional offer of admission, and I wouldn't really suggest that you take that, because unconditional is better. So make sure you talk to the school, send a transcript to them, and ask them if this would be accepted. But if you are on 2-2, like I said, except it's very, very low 2-2, like 2-2 that escaped third class, that is when you should be fretting. But if you're on 2-2, you can come here, okay? If you have like solid 2-2, you understand? So if you have solid 2-2, you are fine, okay? So all these things that I'm telling you, see, it's a very simple thing. If you have questions, like if there's a particular school that you've seen that you want to apply to, and you have certain questions, just send an email to the admissions committee. They are usually very, very responsive. A lot of schools are, except when they are really busy, but they are very responsive. So these questions that you have, you need to send to them, okay? So I mentioned post-grad earlier, and that is another question, and so that's something I'm going to be talking about today. You do not have to do your post-grad before coming here, okay? If you, like I said, if you have a solid 2-2, you have 2-1, you have a first class, you don't have to do a post-grad before coming here for grad school. All right, so just submit your transcript to the school and allow them to evaluate it. Or if they do not have in-house evaluation, send your transcript to a foreign evaluation company, and they are going to do that for you. So you don't have to do a post-grad. Once you are done with your undergrad, you can start applying to go to grad school here in the US. Another one is you can do your PhD directly from your undergraduate study, okay? Many people believe that you have to do your master's degree first before you do your PhD. You can actually skip that route. You can go straight from your undergrad to your PhD, especially if you graduate with really good grades. And with PhD, you have lots of funding opportunities. So if you have really good grades, you have strong research interests, it's probably time for you to start emailing professors to see if they have a space for a new PhD candidate. You have to look out for professors whose research interests align with yours and start contacting them now. You have to start applying, and then if they tell you that they have space for a new PhD candidate, then start your application. So if you really want to do a PhD, and if you have really good grades and you have a strong research interest, you can go from your undergrad to your PhD study. Okay, I've heard this one a lot. This one is about studying here, and people say studying here is very easy, you don't have to stress yourself. So this is outside the student visa. This is when you get here and you start studying here. So let me tell you now, before you come with that mindset, it's not as easy as you think, okay? Getting an A in Nigeria is 75 over 100. Getting an A here is 90 over 100. So you have to be focused. You have to know what you are doing, okay? So don't come here with the mindset of playing around and then assuming that, oh, it's easy and all that. Please be prepared for rigorous academic training. Basically, the difference is they're not expecting you to cram things, but they're expecting you to understand. So during your examinations, you have to, explain what you've been taught in class in your own terms. You have to show that you actually understand what you've been taught. So that is the difference. Okay, it's not like it's a bed of roses, like it's super easy, like you're in class sipping tea and drinking juice and nothing is happening. You're going to write exams, you're going to write lots of papers, you're going to do lots of practical works to show that you actually understand what you're being taught. So if you know you're coming here to study, then please be prepared. Okay, thank you so much for coming to my channel today. I'll see you in the next episode. I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye.